good morning. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. With me, I'm Kyle, the editorial director for Laughing Place, and joining me this morning is Tony. I told you guys if you bullied Doobie, he was going to go away again. And yeah, hi, Tony.
Hello, and I guess thank you for bullying him because it gives me a chance to say hello to everybody.
I do not endorse the bullying. Anyway, let's say some hellos before we get into the top of the show.
Well, as usual, Fred said top of the morning to us. Nikki B is ready. I'm guessing that's a members only emoji that does not show up on my control panel here.
Yeah, it's either the ready or the red E.
Got it. Good morning to Gio. Fred Ramirez, the Zootopia stuff is cool. Where can I find them? We'll talk about that in just a few moments. How is our weekend? So we're open-ended questions are always great in a comment chat. It was good. Kyle, how was yours?
It was fine, relaxing for the most part.
Gio says, good, the real host of the show. So I don't know.
So there's the bullying.
And then Genie plus, at least we can count on Tony. That's most.
I'm going to be honest. We weren't going to do a show. And then at the last minute, I was like, Tony, we should do a show. So yeah, definitely Tony coming in clutch. But let's get started with the show the way we start every show. On Friday, I think it was, we were here. The stock price was at $112.21. Let's see where it's at now. $111.95. That is down.
I almost feel like Nick and Judy's face in that reflects the downward motion.
Yeah, and that's still going to be up there for like another month or whatever.
Yep.
That's too much, but that's okay. They'll change it eventually. So before we get into our Zootopia Palooza, they just dropped a new episode of Imagineer That with Tom Morrow 2.0. I didn't get a chance to watch it because this just came out, but this one is all about how do Imagineers make things in the park look so old and creepy, so appropriate for Halloween. Yes. You can see that it's supposed to be like the lobby of the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and I saw they're talking a little bit about cobwebs and hot glue and other things.
We'll learn how to do it.
Could be an interesting addition. I think it is actually an interesting question. Like, you got to make stuff look old and creepy while also not showing that it's fake enough so that you don't think that it's just bad maintenance.
It's still old and creepy, but appealing is another like aspect there. But yeah.
Yes. So anyway, you can check that out on the Imagineering channel right now. We'll have a recap of it on the site soon.
Speaking of
let's talk Zootopia 2 now.
I recapped most of what I saw this morning throughout all the theater chains as the tickets go on sale for Zootopia 2 in a little under a month. And by that, I mean like a day. Like it's because it's November 26th. But yeah, so all the theaters have announced all the goodies you can get when you go see the movie at their theaters. And that includes all of the popcorn buckets. My opinion, Regal has the best one. I want to keep going a couple more pictures there, Kyle.
Yeah, sorry. I'm checking on see if there's breaking news.
So AMC Theaters has that keychain. If you see the movie in Real D 3D on Thanksgiving Day, you'll get one of 6. So if you want all 6, I guess try planning to see that movie 6 times on Thanksgiving Day.
So what is this a popcorn bucket?
That is a popcorn bucket. It is the sloth who's Flash. I almost said Frank, but Flash the sloth from the DMV. You can get the headbands. They're part of like a combo pack.
Sorry, it just like froze on me.
So yeah, those are the keychains you'll get if you see it in Real 3D at AMC Theaters. Oh my gosh. It's
I'm just trying to close it now to refresh it.
So I'll just describe it until we get the picture. The Regal Cinemas popcorn bucket is probably my favorite of the bunch. It is a sculpted Gary the Snake coiled up. And then there we go. And holds the popcorn with his head poking out.
It looks like a bucket too. That's what I appreciated about it.
Also looks like a bucket, yes. And Kyle, there's one thing I know you might go for if you don't get one already, and a ton of other fans, Cinemark guests, can get the Disney Lorcana putting it all together foil card from November 26th to November 30th. If you see Zootopia 2 at a Cinemark location.
So this is
only in the US so far, because last time it was kind of backwards. I don't remember what movie it was.
It was backward, but there are several. It is coming to several countries. I don't know if you saw that email.
I did not.
Oh, there's an email. We can add to it.
We'll go back and add it later, but
in the US, it's just Cinemark. I want to point something out about this card. So this is a card from the newest set, which I think the embargo is up now, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to play it safe. But this from Whispers in the Well, and so this isn't like there's other versions of this card in that game, so it's not like you're getting an exclusive card that can only be found here, but the design of it is special. And I also love that it has like a special little logo here, and it's a film reel to show this is usually where the rarity is, but sometimes they use it for other things. So it's like promo cards like this, like there's a park icon now, and then there's the little film logo there, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. I almost asked you, but ironically, the algorithm knew I was looking up theater stuff. But I was going to be, what's the name of that other theater chain? Johnny Theaters, something like that. No, it's Marcus Theaters. I
did look up Marcus Theaters as well.
But thankfully, the algorithm predicted what I was doing. And we were able to see more, including a Judy Hopps sipper, where you're basically drinking her brains. And then a popcorn tin with the sculpted characters on the side. And then I couldn't tell, but the characters on it do make me think it is plastic of the cinema, or the Zinema, rather, that also holds the popcorn in a more traditional cup there. But I definitely think the Regal popcorn bucket is, if we get one, it'll be that one.
Yeah, it almost looks like the Muppet Theater. So you can take it home and then crush it.
Or put Monsters Inc. merchandise in it for containment.
Yeah, so lots of different options. You have to decide. Well, I say you have to decide. You might only have like one or two different theater chains in your area, so your choice is kind of limited there. But
the El Capitan announced what they were doing. Also, I know we're not on the list here, but we just finished that and it's up on the site. They're doing fan events and stuff, but most of their garb is like Funko Pops and also the headbands, which I'm thinking are going to be the same ones that we saw from AMC.
And then we also got some Zootopia news. I'm just going to go through real quick here. Apparently, there's lots of different cameos coming in addition to the ones we already knew about, including some other characters from other, not characters, but voices from other Disney animated films. So let's just go through these. Dwayne Johnson's playing Zeke. Moana is playing Anti-Venom Pen. Say her name for me, please.
Oli Carvalho?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anti-Venom Pen, I guess.
I'm guessing it's like some kind of like talking thing.
That would be my guess. Rachel House is playing Grandma, but spelled like not.
So it's Grandma Taller, but that's because Rachel House is the voice of Grandma Tala in Moana. So that's, I'm guessing, a play on that in some way, kind of like how there was.
Okay, I'm glad you know who she is, because I
did. Wesselton and the Duke Weaselton, that idea. But
David Fane is Truffler. Who's he?
He is in Moana too, but I do not know exactly who he is offhand.
I should probably see that movie.
Yeah, I saw it once. Should have been a series, but that's just me.
Weird. Josh Gad is Paul Moldenbrandt.
It looks like, yeah.
Anika Noni Rose is Squeal of Fortune Mouse.
Stephanie Squeal of Fortune, and she's a mouse contestant on the game show. Gotcha.
Stephanie Beatrice, who is
Mirabelle,
thank you. And Wilmer Valderrama, who is Fez. Bloats and Higgins.
Her dad in Encanto.
Yeah. I haven't seen Encanto either.
Okay.
But I figured he was in it, and that's why they mentioned. But he's, that 70s show. And then John Leguizamo is Anthony. So there you go. Lots of meta humor coming to Zootopia 2, apparently.
Also.
Yeah.
I feel like, did they just all record these at some point for upcoming projects or pack earlier? We'll see.
Probably.
But Yeah, so they all are connected in some way, but I want to point out this little comment that I actually enjoy from Fred. What is this, House of Mouse or What's Upon a Studio? Yeah, basically. So
You got to flesh out this. They'll say flesh out the world, but they just need to flesh out the runtime. I think. I don't know. I
it's
have
a
a little bit
minute
of
shorter
concerns
than
about
the
this
original.
plot. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's a minute shorter than the original. So,
well, still longer than Dumbo. But over the weekend, Disney Plus Halloween Fest. This was not a public event. This was a special event over at the lot. And having edited a video together of it is actually kind of fun. So lots of Disney Channel stars and other people from the Disney universe. Lots of them doing costumes, both inspired by other Disney projects and not. So you have Atlantis, Hannah Montana, Kim Possible, Tinkerbell. I guess he was Deadpool, it looks like. Mickey and Minnie were there in one of their various costumes from years past, I think. And I think they also invited some other groups. I'm not sure which. I probably could have noted that. But we do have an interesting video with lots of like little interview clips. Topanga was there. So, that's always fun. Oh, yeah. She's dressed as Padme, and there's Anakin. So, yeah, there was a costume contest as well. I like this one. I think that's supposed to be a zombie Captain America even, and zombie Captain Marvel. So, yeah, lots of fun that you can check out on our site. Oh, there's Topanga. That must be her son.
Just floating. I'm guessing swings were there in some.
There were swings, yes.
Okay.
They're not just. They also had one of these things that you have at every state fair.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the swings for you.
Our state fair is a good state fair.
Slightly more themed than, or slightly less themed than the. What is it called now? Not the Orange Stinger. What was the Orange Stinger?
Oh, Silly Symphony Swings.
Thank you.
Yep.
I also did love these little pop-up Disney Plus and Disney Channel themed games that they got to play. My friend Josh actually got to go to this. I saw some fun photos from him. There's the kid from Lizzie McGuire.
That's funny because I just saw Jake Thomas.
Jake Thomas, yes.
He has a street named after him in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, by the way. Or Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually named after him, or I think it's a coincidence, right? But he does happen to be from like Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. I think I don't know that, but I know I've driven down Jake Thomas Boulevard and
I mean, it's a pretty generic name, so I think it could be a coincidence, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, so that's actually pretty fun article and video that you can check out. And I hope that maybe while he was there, he was talking about, hey, maybe you should just release those 2 Lizzie episodes we shot. Just an idea. Speaking of Halloween and Disney,
they could make that the original movie at this point, couldn't they? Like, it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
they should do it. It'll be almost as long as Zootopia 2. Hocus Pocus 3. We don't know that this is actually happening. It seems like it would make sense. Recently, we heard Bette Midler talk about how she read a script and thought it was mostly brilliant. Most of it was brilliant, I think is how she said it. Now, somebody asked Laura Birch what she thought, because the family that she is a part of was not in the sequel. And she says that she would love to do it. She would love to find out where Danny wound up, and is super open to the idea. And then she kind of talked about how, she was so bummed when the film flopped. And then 10 years later, everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you that girl from Hocus Pocus? So yeah, definitely speaking to the trajectory of that film, which was not released at Halloween originally. It was released in July.
See, I would have said, oh, it's that girl from Now and Then, but
I would have said it's that girl from the Limp Bizkit Eat You Alive music video. Oh no, she's also in Ghost World. I would have said Ghost World first. But there you go. So she's open to it. Who knows if that'll happen or not. I don't know if it would happen with 3 if there's already a script. So maybe 4 or 5. We'll see.
See, on the flip side of that, I was going to ask you, but you answered my question. Was she in Hocus Pocus 2? I haven't seen it. So where you need my help with the animated stuff, I needed your help with the Hocus Pocus stuff.
Well, I'm not a fan of Hocus Pocus, but I read the article. And the article said that they weren't in 2. Last week, there was a special Make-A-Wish event at Disneyland that Benji got a chance to check out.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is that Josh Tomorrow not with Bob Iger?
That is Josh Tomorrow with Mr. Beast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Mr. Beast was the host of this event. There were several other YouTubers. Mark Rober, Dr. Mike was there. Other people that I don't know the names of. But they did. So this is like a little science experiment things. Mark Rober's known for engineering and science and stuff like that. So they had some displays like that. Mr. Beast had a mini Beast Games at the hotel that I know they participated in. So this is actually an article that Benji wrote, kind of his experience on the day and getting to be a part of that. And then there's a little video that we put together as well. You could see Mr. Beast there announcing that for the rest or for a couple of hours, they were going to get access Cars Land and do whatever they wanted. And here's some of the other.
Did he make a number of the kids stay on Radiator Springs Racers and see who could last the longest for like $250 million?
No, as far as I know, there was none of that nonsense.
Okay.
But yeah, so kind of another cool event, a thing that not everyone got to go to, but this time it's for a good cause. So good on them. And then we got some somewhat unfortunate news for sailors.
I wouldn't call it unfortunate because there's always the option that they could just downright cancel the cruise.
That's true.
But so because of Hurricane Melissa out in the Bahamas and Caribbean area, two of the itineraries for Disney Cruise Line, the Disney Wish and the Disney Treasure, were altered to dodge it, because that's what a floating ship can do in theory. For the Disney Wish, the Day at Sea and the Castaway Key visit were swapped in the itinerary. Both of these cruises are taking place right now. So if you've decided to stay on the cruise, you're already enjoying this. If you have friends and family, this is what they're doing now. But the Disney Wish, the Day at Sea, and their visit to Castaway Key are switched. And now the Treasure is visiting Cozumel, Mexico tomorrow and Castaway Key on Thursday and Friday instead of visiting Tortola and St. Thomas. So that is going to be the envy of a lot of Disney Cruise Line people because they're going to Castaway Key twice. So,
see, if it were me, who's already concerned about taking a cruise, and then I find out that there's a storm, and then I know that they're avoiding the storm, but I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I know in the past, there have usually been like some kind of like if you have something in the excursion booked or whatever, you're going to get automatically refunded, stuff like that. But it's all part of that cruise contract. Like they can do these changes and.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally fine with them doing the changes. Yep. I'm just saying, like, if I'm already worried about choppy waters, like knowing that there's a hurricane in the water,
it's fair.
I'm like, nah, I'm good. Anyway,
part for the course for this season. So
yeah. Well, I can probably tell you Ice Age is not going to be on it, but we're going to be using our brand new Disney site. So we can check out the actual Disney top 10 without the Hulu or anything like that. Hocus Pocus, unsurprisingly, number 1. Nightmare Before Christmas, number 2. Tony, I do need to tell you something. Okay. In the video that I was editing, the girl is dressed as Sally, and really good Sally, by the way. But she mentions that she loves Tim Burton, and she doesn't technically say that he directed Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's kind of implied that it's kind of a gray area. And so the entire time I'm editing it, I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Hey, you know what? If you were a D23 Gold member and you watched the Haunted Mansion Holiday live stream they did the other day, you would think Tim Burton directed it also for about 40 minutes until they actually bring out Henry Selick. So
wow. Yep. He's got to be so used to that by now. Like, poor guy. I'm sure the checks don't hurt though, so I think he's doing okay.
Hot Topic alone, the royalties.
So. Number 3, film perhaps we'll talk about in just a moment. Frozen Operation Puffins, Hocus Pocus 2 at number 4, Halloween Town 2 at 5, Haunted Mansion, the 2003, followed by the 2023, Halloween Town High, Twitches, and Vampirina Teenage Vampire, the Disney Channel show.
Was Twitches Tia and Tamara?
Yeah.
I saw a thing recently where one of them, somebody wished Tia a happy birthday, and then her on Twitter or X, whatever it is, and then her reply, and then Tamara replied back, "Wow, okay." So.
It took me a second, but that's very, very funny. Sister, sister. Never knew how.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
Speaking of abysmal, it wasn't that bad, right, Tony?
I was
tell us
actually
about this.
expecting abysmal, to be completely honest, but it wasn't. No. As we just saw, number 3 on the list, Lego. Hold on, forgive me. Lego Disney Frozen Operation Puffins has arrived, and the Duke of Wesselton channels the Yokoi from Big Hero 6 and controls these puffins like little nanobots to attack Arendelle and dismantle it. All while Anna and Elsa in Lego form are trying to uphold traditions for no other reason than they are traditions. So, but that's kind of the moral of the story, is that, you can change things as long as the love is still there, etc., etc. But yeah, it was cute. It's definitely gonna appeal to any Frozen fan or any fan of anything Lego. But yeah, the only thing that was frustrating to me was canonically, I was like, okay, some of this doesn't make any sense, but that's how the Lego stuff is. So
yeah, that's why I thought it was weird that they kind of tried to make it canonical based on what the description was.
Yeah, because they were like
non-canonical, like contrary to what some places reported, this is not the original voice cast for the most part.
Alan Tudyk is the only one that I saw on the credits that was from the original. But yeah, at one point I did think it was Josh Gad, and then I checked the credits and I was like, oh no, it's not. Later on, especially with Olaf, at first it sounded a lot like him, then it kind of trailed away. But in the review, I decided to lay him off easy because I do technically rip into Olaf things. So he's not my favorite character, but yeah, I was basically like, what, they couldn't get him to record the Lego voice on his 7th turn spieling on the Jungle Cruise, or his 3rd
I think it was the same thing. I think they just shot a bunch of footage and then put it into 6 different specials.
Got it. Okay.
But the point stands. He did that, and then he was also recently the Haunted Mansion cast member.
Yeah, or now in Zootopia too.
That too.
Yeah.
Anyway, you could check if you still want to after Tony's review. You can check out Operation Puffins.
What did I give it? 3.5 out of 5.
I don't know.
Knowing the target it's going for, I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
I feel like it's also not that you should feel any pressure to watch it again, but I didn't really care for the Star Wars one that much the first time I watched it, and then randomly I put it on again, and I was like, oh, this is a lot funnier and better than I remember. So
the Lego humor is always what I enjoy about those.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go to
And the rest.
And we have just one and the rest, and that is there's a new foodie guide out for Jollywood Nights. We talked about some of the food last week. There are 66 photos in here, so you know that it is hefty and that we're not going through all of them. So I'm just going to click through some of these, some new, some returning items, but we have it all broken down by location. And again, this is just for Jollywood Nights, so the hard ticket event that they're promoting enough that there must still be some tickets available. I don't know for sure, but
I just want to know, what is Disney's obsession with the bao tacos? Like, give me a bao bun, like with the stuff inside it.
Of course, bao means bun, so really that's bun.
Correct, buns. But yeah,
with your chai tea and your ATM
machine, yeah, and the PIN number,
yeah, all those things. Anyway, so you can check that out over on Laughing Play. Some of it looks pretty good, some of it looks boring, and some of it looks too much, I think is a good way to round that up. Well, just in time for Halloween, Jim Smith has made an article highlighting some of the creepiest Disney characters of all time, and I think he chose correctly right there. Yeah. But I'll just show you a few of them.
Did he mention Benson?
What?
Did he mention Benson?
Benson from what?
Are you kidding me? Benson from what? Not the ABC Butler show.
Well, I was going to say, like...
Hold on. I need a visual aid. Benson.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Toy Story franchise gets a shout out, so yeah, that is mentioned.
Okay, yeah. Toy Story 4. Benson is easily the most terrifying, at least in the Pixar realm.
Yeah. So anyway, you can check that out over on Laughing Place.
And there's more than one. There's 4.
Wow.
There's 4. There's 4 Bensons. But
yeah. Our latest episode of Laughing Place on location is now available. This one, Benji goes to Disney Fine Art. That's Mickey Mouse right there, holding a Mickey Mouse portrait. Can you believe it? And that's Eric Tan. He did those posters. So yeah, you can check that out on YouTube or check out the post on Laughing Place that Tony put together yesterday. Over the weekend, Alex was at Lightbox, and there are several panels that he has recapped on the site, but this one I thought was interesting. It was about Family Guy talking about how they created the Disney segment, an episode that I think is over a decade old at this point.
I was like, that was at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, way before Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
That episode happened. So this might have just been like a small segment of the thing that obviously with us being a Disney site that he chose to focus on. But yeah, I did think that was funny. But there's several others. There's stuff about Zootopia 2, some of the Disney Disney Channel animated things. So check out all of his Lightbox coverage over on Laughing Place.
That's what the Disney Channel stuff was based on. It's like, I'm coming with you. Like, I need to go to these. But yeah.
And then I want to give a shout out to my own work, which is that I've been putting together last week, heavily helped by Tony. This week, not so much, but that's okay.
Sorry.
A weekly news quiz, so you can go through and answer these questions about the Disney week that was. Check your score, and if you missed anything, then I have links either in the question itself or in the description that comes up after the answer is revealed. And so you can it's a fun way to catch up on Disney news.
What was the Epcot question?
Let's see. Which festival do they announce dates for 2026?
Festival of the Arts. Right?
Yeah. That's definitely one of the easier ones in there.
So, okay.
The hardest part is coming up with fake answers.
Can we go off the rails for a second?
Sure.
I saw more footage of those drones. I am now in the camp that it's phantasmic.
I think that's a good guess. I think
that's rampant speculation. But I am in the camp that it's phantasmic.
Yeah. But then Tony, Kiff, one of your favorite programs.
Kiff, yeah. If not my favorite now. Sorry, Big City Greens guys. But yeah, Kiff had their latest episode, and we got a new family member, Barry's cousin Rodney, stopped by in the second half of the episode. In the first half, we got to see Kiff's cool uncle Pat, who now is employed and has a job, but taking the weekend off to babysit Kiff and Barry, who loves cool Uncle Pat so much, he forgoed visiting the water park with his own family to hang out with cool Uncle Pat. But now cool Uncle Pat is mature and responsible and cannot let these kids have fun. Of course, that leads to inadvertent madcap adventures. And then Barry's throwing a party for a cousin that claims to be his best friend, but Barry knows nothing about him. And it does lead to probably the coolest song in the series, or in this season of the series, so far. But yeah, we're coming up on the end of season 2, so that might be the winner for the best song of season 2. But it's got a twist ending that I'm not going to reveal here.
The thing about the uncle or whatever, it reminded me of Fun Bobby.
So
Friends.
I don't know who Fun Bobby is offhand.
It's a guy that Monica dated, but he was an alcoholic, and then he got him to stop drinking, and then he was just super boring.
Got it. I forget, Andy Merrill, I think is the name of his voice actor, but it's also the same voice actor that did Brack on Space.
I was about to. Okay, so that's so funny because I just watched a short this morning.
Okay.
Him.
Okay. Yeah.
That's for like Amazon now. But yeah, that's hilarious that you mentioned him.
He's the voice of cool Uncle Pat. So there are times when he's like talking like, "No, Kiff," and I could hear the Brack in there. So.
Not to be confused with the Brack Show starring me. I'm Brack.
Yeah.
We're just going to work as many of those references onto the show as we
Perfect.
can. Anyway, are you ready for your quiz, sir?
Yeah. So hold on, off the rails again. Geo, the drone show follows the same beats of a lot of fireworks shows. I'm thinking MK or Ta replacement for Fantasmic, or a
Do that
replacement for
again.
Fantasmic, maybe. I don't know. The footage I see is it had Chernobog, it had the dragon, it had villains in the mirror. Somebody also posted concept art with Disneyland Paris and their new show that's coming because of the Moana Ray. But speculation, but I am in the camp that it's fantastic.
Well, Tony, we don't have a very exciting this day in Disney history, but I do have a few for you. So on this day in 1939, an actor was born. Surprising number of Disney credits. They include the 1994 Jungle Book, George of the Jungle as well, George of the Jungle 2, Around the World in 80 Days, Valiant, and Winnie the Pooh. And
What
Planes.
year?
1939.
Winnie the Pooh and Planes?
Yeah. That's several Disney credits, but he's much more well known for something else something completely different, you could even say.
Eric Idle?
Close. Very close.
John Cleese?
John Cleese. Yeah.
Okay.
On this day in 2004, a Pixar film debuted at BFI London Film Festival.
In 2004? October, November, and that came out in November. The Incredibles.
Incredibles, yes. And then finally, this is easily the hardest. 2009, a direct-to-DVD sequel as part of a direct-to-DVD series was released. If you can get the series, I'll give you credit.
2009 is part of a series. I'm guessing it's one of those Tinkerbell ones.
Tinkerbell, yeah.
Okay.
Any guess what the title would be?
Tinkerbell and the Great Forest.
I would have thought you'd say Never Beast, but no, it's Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure.
Okay. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Sorcerer's Streak is still going. We are nearing the end of our season, I believe, but let's go ahead and go through some of these. Deliver Me From Nowhere, it was number 4 on Friday, which I didn't quite predict, but I predict that it would not be number 1, so I guess that's half credit. Will Radiator Springs Racers have the single longest wait time on Saturday? We still need to settle that. We do have an answer, we just need to.
Was there a reason, or was it just random?
Just random.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't always have tie-ins. You just kind of need to think of a question. Yesterday's question was, who will win Monday Night Football? Will it be Washington or Kansas City? The Chiefs take on the Commanders, so we'll find that out. But in the meantime, your question for today is, will Andy Richter be eliminated from Dancing with the Stars on Tuesday night? I mean,
I hope not. It's his birthday this week, so we all need to give him birthday votes.
He'll be fine, Tony. He's gone much further than I am sure he thought he was going to. I mean, it seems like a safe bet. We also would have bet that he'd be one of the first to go. So who knows? At this point, though, like, it's getting to the point where, like, okay, we appreciate you had a good run, but it would be a shame to send somebody who can actually dance out in favor of keeping you around. But we'll see.
Do you know about his hip thing?
His hip thing? He's very hip.
So on Conan's podcast, he talks about,
oh yeah, that he had asked the doctor if he was going to be able to do.
Because his doctors are basically like, we need to give you a hip replacement. He's like, well, I just signed on to do Dancing with the Stars. So this is his hip's last hurrah before he gets a new one.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Yes.
Yeah, I did hear that. I watched, it was a very short episode of Conan O'Brien needs a friend, wants a friend, is a friend.
Needs a friend.
Needs a friend. Checking out our leaderboard, I think we know who it is. Yeah, Jeremy Parker with 9 in first still. Doobie Mosley, our featured player, is in second, which would mean that if he stays there, I don't think that there's a runner-up. I think he's playing loss prevention now. That's what LP stands for, is loss prevention, not giving out a second magazine. But anyway, you can still play Sorcerer's Streak, and of course, we'll start a new season soon after this one ends. So don't go anywhere. I think that's it, Tony. I was trying to refresh to see if there's any news that dropped at the top of the hour. I will let everyone know that there is not going to be an episode of Parks Talk tonight. I believe there is going to be trivia tomorrow. We should have a morning show tomorrow, but, you know, things are fluid. Anything on your end that you want to talk about?
Just real quick, I want to say to Aaron here, who had some exciting news. Enjoy the Disney cruise that you and your sister are going on. That'll be fun.
Yeah, does sound fun. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Tony, for joining me at this last second. And we'll see you all soon.
Bye-bye.